Let's be honest in this video. What's this cop excited about? Defending and protecting the Constitution or defending and protecting laws that allow him to violate the Constitution?
I'll educate you in a second.
Unlawful encroachment is the IC code.
It got knocked down.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it
No,
did.
it did not.
Look it up.
It just went into effect July 1st.
Call your state prosecutor.
I don't need to. It just went into effect.
What's unlawful?
What?
It's not unlawful to exercise your rights and record
When
in
you
public.
are within 25 feet, it is.
There is no 25 feet.
Do you want to bet?
Yes.
I will print it out for you, and then I want you to turn that stupid thing around and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm annoying, and here it is. He was right. Okay?
Oh my
It's
God.
funny how uneducated you are.
Exactly.
You're such a moron about it.
Hey, this is Brian. Welcome back to the channel. This right here is exactly why independent media, non-corporate media is so important, because they are not beholden to advertisers and to corporate programming. They can be out there doing their own thing and actually hold public servants and officials accountable. This is from the Chuck Bronson channel, and I just want to, you saw the trailer right there, but I want to show you a real world example of a cop who took an oath to serve and protect the Constitution of the United States, which is supposed to be serve and protect the unalienable rights of every single American against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And the same example shows how they become the very domestic enemies they swore to protect us from, because they're just going to follow the laws and not the Constitution. They're going to recognize the codes and ordinances and regulations, but not the Fourth Amendment or the First Amendment or the Second Amendment. This is a perfect example of this. And if they're going to violate the Constitution for their codes and laws today, who says they're not going to obey the codes and laws that say load them up onto the boxcars, confiscate their weapons, take them to the gas chambers? We already saw with Katrina what the local sheriff's department and police departments together with the National Guard did in the aftermath of Katrina, when all the homeowners were trying to stay back with their weapons and guard their property against looters. They went door to door to confiscate those weapons and to rough up the occupants. So we know we have a history of that in the United States. Don't think that won't happen today. Don't think that won't happen again. Let's take this from the top right here. This all centers around the so-called 25-foot buffer zone for officer safety.
You got illegal tent, headlights out. Man, printing tickets so long they can't even read them.
I'll educate you in a second. Okay?
Cool, man.
You want me to print that out for you? So why do you think unlawful encroachment is not in effect?
What?
Why do you think unlawful encroachment is not in effect?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I'm asking.
I've never heard of lawful encroachment.
Unlawful encroachment is the IC code. Why do you
Yeah,
think
print
why
it
do you
out.
think that's not in effect?
It got knocked down.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it
No,
did.
it did not.
Look it up.
It just went into effect July 1st.
Call your state prosecutor.
I don't need to. It just went into effect. A month in.
What's
22 days ago.
unlawful?
What?
It's not unlawful to exercise your rights and record
When
in
you
public.
are within 25 feet, it is.
There is no 25 feet.
Do you want to bet?
Yes.
What do you want to bet on it?
Show me.
What do you want to bet on
Show
it?
me the statute for
What do you wanna
unlawful
bet on?
encroachment. That you can't
Done
print
deal,
it out?
done deal. I will print it out for you, and then I want you to turn that stupid thing around and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm annoying, and here it is. He was right. Okay?
Whatever you say.
Done.
Wouldn't it be great if cops like this were this ardent and this vehement about staying within the framework of the Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your persons, houses, papers, and effects shall not be infringed, and the Second Amendment, and all of your First Amendment protected rights? And yet he's going to come out powerfully on this IC code that gives the cops the right to create a 25-foot buffer zone for their safety. That tells you everything you need to know about this guy's character. And every cop who buys onto this.
Copy that. I know, it's funny.
Oh my God.
It's funny how uneducated you are.
Exactly.
You're such a moron about it.
Then why didn't you arrest me?
What?
Then why don't you just arrest me?
I don't want to go that route, dude.
You just want to talk shit and blah, blah, blah.
I can if I want.
I don't know about you, but that right there, his words right there, is enough to get him fired. His name and badge numbers in the video, I'll put it in the description too, along with the department information. If you feel necessary to contact them and let them know how you feel, that's your right. But it doesn't get much more unprofessional than this department. That's why I'm here. I didn't just happen upon this place. I've gotten thousands of reports over the last 10 years about this department and how they just love mistreating people in this county. Right before this stop, I was at another stop where the sheriff's department pulled over some man in a truck for his expired plates, and his plates weren't even expired, and they don't expire for almost another year. And then he made the guy walk home and said, yeah, I'll just send you a ticket in the mail. Like, I bet he gets a ticket in the mail. Sure, you didn't write him a ticket on the spot. And that's how dirty cops roll. And I'm not going nowhere. Shut up. Shut up.
Now, this cop's going to come out of the car convinced that the IC code that he just printed out on his cruiser laptop is the legitimate current code, and it's not. But stay tuned. We'll go over that in a second.
Here you go. All right, let's read this together, okay? Right on camera. No. Hold that up.
I already know. I'm already aware what this says. I'm already aware what this says.
Unlawful encroachment on a lawful investigation, right?
Was that lawful?
Yes, it was.
You had
Okay.
probable cause for that stop.
Yes, I do.
This guy's so pompous and arrogant.
And I don't have to disclose that with you. There was multiple reasons.
Sure,
But
okay.
anyway, okay. Now let's get back to there's no 25 feet.
The court just ruled 2 weeks ago and tossed it out.
Read it.
You need to look it up.
It.
I know it's the statute.
It
It's
just
gone.
went- It is
It's
not
gone. It just got knocked
It's
out
not
2 weeks
gone.
ago.
It is
Yes,
not gone.
The court
Look at-
of
look at-
Indiana just
This
ruled.
one just got updated this year. It went from 35,
I know, I'm well
44,
aware.
1, 2.
Why would the cop even care about this? If I was a cop, and I will never be a cop because I'm not a psychopath and I know you're not either, but if I was ever a cop and I saw a 25-foot buffer ordinance or rule, call it a law, whatever you want to, come down the pike, I'd be like, I'm not going to enforce that. They have every right to come as close to me as they want, get audio and video of this traffic stop. As a matter of fact, I want all the cameras I can because I'm a good cop. It's only the bad cops who want to enforce the 25-foot buffer zone and put up the crime scene tape because they don't want you recording because they don't want you to see their deeds. And yet we're supposed to consider them warriors and heroes for society, stepping in the way as a bulletproof vest for any kind of arrows that might shoot at us and jeopardize our unalienable rights. And yet these are the ones that are constantly shooting the arrows. Who cares if there's a law like this? This cop does care. He wants this to be a reality because he hates the Constitution. What if this paper that he has in his hand right here, what if that was a Constitution? What if he's like, no, really, you got the right to be secure in your person's house's papers and effects. No cop should ever be requiring you to give their ID if you haven't committed a crime. No cop should be breaking the threshold of your home. That's your sacred castle. That's your place. No cop should be approaching you if you have an AR-15 or an AK-47 strapped to your back because it says shall not be infringed. Who are we to infringe on you? What if he came to you with a pocket Constitution and goes, man, I'm on fire for this thing. This is what America's all about. But that's not what they do.
I already know.
To 15
I already
right
know.
here. Last month.
I've already beat it. I've already beat it.
I don't care.
I'm telling you.
It's a law.
No,
It's
the
in the
Supreme Court
IC
2
code.
weeks ago just
All
took
right,
it
there you
down.
go. Since you don't want to believe it, you could go ahead and read this. It says
I'm already aware,
25
man. I already
feet.
know.
Here you go.
I already know.
Here you go.
It just got knocked
Here you
down.
go. Here's
Case
your
law
proof.
trumps that. Sorry.
Here's your go.
Trump
Here's your go.
You need to learn case law.
Here you go.
See, this
You're
is the
talking to
problem.
the wrong guy
I
about
know,
case law.
because this is the problem. You spend more time
Here
in the
you
gun
go.
range than you do the
Here you
law
go.
library.
Here you
that's
go.
why you think this
Here
statute,
you go.
old statute that's
Here you go.
no longer has precedence.
Here you go.
It's
It
gone.
does.
No, it doesn't.
Here you go.
You don't even know what you're talking
Here you
about.
go.
You're a waste.
Hey, let's start talking case law. Let's talk it.
What a waste.
Case law. The cop is definitely going to depend on case law like Terry v. Ohio or Pennsylvania versus Mims. They clearly violate Fourth Amendment rights, but the cop is going to go toward the case law and not toward the Constitution.
The best part is this cop whips out Justia and looks up the statute instead of the actual government website. He doesn't even get it. Look up the case. You'll know. You'll figure it out.
So because it matters so much to this cop right here, let's look up that IC code in that case law. Indiana enacted the buffer law. It makes it a crime. There is no victim, but we're going to make it a crime. We're going to add the pixie legislative dust to it. To approach within 25 feet of an officer after the officer orders you to stop approaching, it's a Class C misdemeanor. Who sued and why? A coalition of news organizations, here they are right here, filed a pre-enforcement federal lawsuit in the Southern District of Indiana, arguing the statute is void for vagueness under the 14th Amendment and raising First Amendment claims. What was the district court's ruling? Chief Judge James Sweeney granted a preliminary injunction. And here are the key points. Remember, an injunction is basically a prohibition. And because it's a preliminary injunction, it's basically putting a stay on this law. No cop can enact this law while there's this preliminary injunction. Plaintiffs were likely to succeed on their vagueness claim because the law gives no standards for when an officer may issue the stop approaching order and invites arbitrary enforcement, and that's always dangerous. Irreparable harm and public interest favored the injunction. Here's what the scope was. The injunction barred enforcement of the buffer law against any individual, corporation, association, or other entity, and added that officers can't use 25-foot move back orders unless authorized by some other law. Here's the appeal and what the Seventh Circuit Court decided on August 5th, 2025. Remember, the law was supposedly enacted on July 1st. It was a unanimous Seventh Circuit panel that affirmed the preliminary injunction. The court agreed that the statute is likely unconstitutional because it encourages arbitrary and discriminatory enforcement, and it leaves the decision to restrict proximity entirely to an officer's unguided discretion. You want this guy's unguided discretion dictating whether you're free in America or not? The panel addressed two sides, but I want just want to jump down to here. Because the Seventh Circuit affirmed the preliminary injunction, the district court's order remains in effect, and that order prohibits the state's named officials and those acting with them from enforcing the 25-foot buffer law against anyone, i.e., no using this IC code to push bystanders and press back. The bottom line is the 25-foot buffer statute is currently unenforceable under the affirmed preliminary injunction. That's why affirmed effectively equals no 25-foot buffer, at least for now. And it should be forever because we have the First Amendment and we have the rights guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States that people like Officer Egger put their hand on the Bible and raise their right hand toward heaven, swearing to protect, serve, and defend. He's the reason we have federal codes like 18 U.S.C. 242, deprivation of rights under color of law, which prescribes as a punishment for anybody who would deprive us of those rights, fine, prison, or death. This all comes to us courtesy of independent media creator Chuck Bronson. I will leave his link in the description and in the pinned comment. If you visit him, let him know Here's the Deal said hi, and maybe think about subscribing to his channel. One thing's for certain, Officer Egger, badge number 214, would have made a great red coat. I will see you in the next video.